I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV. We are here at the SDP Summit in Rome for 2012, and I am speaking with Mr. Jonas Nordstrom from Ericsson. How are you today, sir?
I'm very good, thank you.
Excellent. Listen, for all the people out there in bnetTV land, why don't you tell us a little bit about what Ericsson's doing here at SDP and why it's important to be engaged in this type of summit?
Yeah, what we are showing here is new ways of getting customers to feel a better customer experience. I mean, today you have a lot of devices, you have smartphones, you have ordinary phones, you have tablets and so on. And what we do here is present ways of being innovative to make operators be able to offer the same kind of consumer experience independently what kind of user device you're using.
Okay, so out of the people that I've spoken here at the conference, everybody is saying what a fantastic conference this is. They've also spoken a lot about how over the past, let's say, 5 years that this conference has been, going on, that it's great to see a lot of the technologies come to the forefront, and now there's a lot of emphasis regarding user experience and maintaining that user to increase ARPU on both the enterprise level and the consumer level. How does Ericsson fit within that particular part?
Yeah, we see a lot of activity when it comes to enterprises, new verticals popping up, where we see a possibility of, for example, the automotive industry. Very exciting.
Fantastic example.
You have the connected car, in-car infotainment, and car manufacturers, OEMs, etc., they need a way to cost-effectively provide car drivers and the passengers with in-car infotainment, and we enable just such a solution. So as a driver, you're of course interested in getting traffic warning, hazard warnings, etc. But you're also interested in if your car needs to be repaired. So you have a head unit inside the car reporting and then informing you as a driver that, hey, you need to check whatever problem you have. We have reserved a time for you at the repair shop. And then as a passenger, you would like to have access to Spotify, download videos, watching films, etc. So it's a lot of interesting stuff you can do. It's
really taking it. I love the fact that you brought up automotive. I can appreciate that. I've spent a number of times interviewing Alan Mulally, president of Ford Motor Company. Of course, we've talked to GM as well as a number of the other Detroit and American car manufacturers. We actually haven't been able to speak with a lot of the European manufacturers, car manufacturers. So I'm going to make the assumption that the technologies are going to be similar on both sides of the water, and I'm going to make the assumption that, that being said, that the in-vehicle technologies and the mandate for Department of Highway and Transports to inevitably get those mechanisms of actions to a higher level is probably the same, and then therefore the innovation that's spawned in that industry has to be just ginormous.
Yeah, absolutely. You're totally right. So what we're seeing here is having a solution in the cloud for car manufacturers. I mean, you don't need to bother about having your own service, etc. You have everything up in the cloud, and you just connect, and you get all the facilities you need as a car manufacturer.
So let's take it one step further and say that within the next coming 12 to 24 months, do you feel that there's going to be more of an explosion on the consumer side or the enterprise side, or both?
I see that we'll see more and more from the enterprise side. So verticals like the automotive industry, we also have a case where we have containers being transported on ships. The shipping industry, yes, absolutely, because you can have the same sort of setup, having the cloud, using satellite phones, and then, for example, if you transport fruit, you have temperatures, thermometers in the containers, and you can remotely decide on, okay, I would like to rise the temperature because the bananas are coming closer to port. I want them to be as ripe, the optimal ripeness of the fruit when it arrives, and that way you can also make money. So it's a lot of interesting stuff that's popping.
That's another great case study. We had an opportunity to speak on a panel with Ericsson at CTIA here in the spring. We talked about just that, the idea of within the shipping industry, the cost savings alone on being able to monitor something of that proportion would allow unspoiled crops, unspoiled product, and inevitably theft as well. So we're talking about billions of dollars at the end of the day here.
Yeah, for sure. So it's a great potential, really.
Okay, so that being said, what are some of the challenges that you see that the industry has and inevitably what Ericsson has for challenges within the next 24 months to be able to get over?
Well, the challenge is of course to brand ourselves as Ericsson within the automotive industry, for example, because when you talk to a car manufacturer and mention Ericsson, the phone manufacturer, but we are not manufacturing phones any longer. So we have the networks and we have the business support solutions to enable a lot of attractive business.
So I'm assuming that we're going to be able to see a little bit more from Ericsson at the Mobile World Congress coming up.
Absolutely. We have
with the onset of LTE as well, the faster the networks are, the better the deployment is within the small cell arena as well. The better and faster the platforms are going to be able to respond to the user.
Absolutely. You're going to see a lot of exciting ideas and news popping up the coming months here regarding this area, service enablement, and what you can do.
I've been speaking with Jonas Nordstrom from Ericsson here at the SPD Summit in Rome for 2012, and I am Tony Sklar with bnetTV.